And welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you from Westlake Village, California. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. Inflation came out lower than expected, should have been bullish for the market. But as you can see, as U.S. market opened, Bitcoin dumped along with the NASDAQ, right? And here, I mean, there's kind of a bullish and a bearish case here in the short term. To me, that looks like a bit of a trend reversal for the NASDAQ, right? On the 30-minute time frame, you now have clear higher lows and higher highs, right? Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Now, if we do start to take out this low, I think it'll be relatively devastating and lead for perhaps some more downside continuations. What else? News today. It sounded like good old Vladimir Putin, the little gremlin from Ukraine has now sliced in some kind of a deal. So could it be a temporary ceasefire deal? I think that would be bullish. But overall, when CPI comes out and we're getting inflation down, we're getting a war deal. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Bitcoin should have bazookaed off the lows there, and it didn't really do that. It just kind of chopped sideways. And so let's see what we have coming up for tomorrow. So yes, as you can see here, inflation rate month over month, the expectation was 0.3%, came in at 0.2. Then you have year over year, 2.9, 2.8. And I mean, that's really, really good news for the U.S. And then the core inflation rate, the consensus was 3.2, came in at 3.1. That news hit this morning, and the stock market pulled back initially. Now we're up 1% for the day. So as NASDAQ is perhaps reversing the trend, consolidating before it, takes another leg up to about 19,818. That's the next major level of resistance. I believe we had a trend line drawn in there. Looking at this overall as a bit of a channel, dip below the channel. We got the retest, and when are we going to start to get bullish again? I'd say a reclaim of this level at 20,200. Be very, very good for the stock market and also Bitcoin. Not necessarily Bitcoin, because you notice that really Bitcoin hasn't been doing much. Even when stocks go up, it's been getting relatively faded to the downside here, no matter what happens. And again, what happened this morning? U.S. market open, and we had this drop to the downside. And here's my, most worrisome look from a standpoint of wanting to retest these lows right here, these high volume candles coming in around 77. And here's what it is. You've got the reversal on the 30-minute time frame. So we made a high, higher high, higher high, higher high. There's your higher high. Here's your first lower low. And what looks like a rejection at the 618 right now, potentially. So where am I going to start to get bearish here? Well, simply put, if we just reverse here and take out this low, I'm looking for a very, very clean move back to the downside. First target at 79,000. Second target at the lows, 76.5. And then the big question is, are we going to lose 70,000? 70,000, 73.6, 70,000. Where is that number, that magical number, 70,000? I don't know why I even have that as a magical number here. Obviously, it's not going to be that magical, but yeah, there's the pivot, $70,000 from the breakout higher low. really the trend reversal there at 60,000. Just, again, preparing for the worst. Anything can happen at these moments right now. It seems like, the news is Trump's noticed that the stock market is down. He's trying to help us out. He's trying to buy some Tesla. He bought a Tesla. So, one of the things I think is very, very important right now is the CME gap, which, is that a gap fill? It's not been filled yet. More dramatic here on the hourly time frame. And to me, the CMEs look more bullish than not. The day is about to close. No green dot here. We have a transfer green dot. The money flow is starting to tick back up. That's good. CMEs look a lot more bullish than, I would say, spot price action right now. So, did we close the gap? I mean, close enough is close enough, right? That's the good old saying. The question is, are we going to shoot through the gap? I'd say that's the real gap fill. So I'm going to draw it out like this. Boom. This area right here, we need to get back into the zone. Get back above that zone to then be looking higher with a target of about 89,000 bucks. If we can make a higher low there, something like that, I'd be looking for 89,000, somewhere in that zone. And on a daily time frame, I think it's, again, more clear. And I wanted to bring up a little bit more of kind of a nuanced interpretation and just say, really, we're kind of in a no trade zone. This is kind of like the scary zone because we could go deeper, we could go higher. But overall, I think the juiciest trades are going to be somewhere here. Excuse me. Somewhere in this zone. The juiciest trade setups I'm looking for. Patience is key right now. The volatility is chopping everybody up. It's extremely volatile out there. I think the juicier trades are going to be here. Level 1, 72,000. Okay, that's not what I want to do. And level 2 down about 62,000. That is the golden pocket. That is the golden pocket. That is the area I'd be most interested in. And perhaps right in the middle of the golden pocket. So maybe, layering in some orders in this area. Again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but that is where I could easily see price going to, even if we get a bounce. And yeah, so looking for longs down there and shorts up here. The short, in my opinion, shoot, even in this area as well, shorts between 97 and, let's just look at our two golden pockets at the moment and say there's a lot of everything in between here is just, noise. And I think the real massive trade opportunities are coming in at these levels up here. All right, that's it out of me today, guys. Patience is key. Let's see what happens with the stock market, if she's going to make some new lows, and what could be the catalyst. Well, one day the tariffs are on, one day the tariffs are off. But I'd say tomorrow coming in more jobless claims. If this is bullish alongside PPI, that would be another step in the right direction, and Bitcoin probably closes that gap. Any other major impact news? Tomorrow is Thursday already, and then we got Friday, which is a fuddy-duddy, a nothing day. Is there anything big next week? So perhaps, some catalyst for some upside action. If we get more good news tomorrow, coming in mid-month, on the monthly time frame. And by the way, again, the reaction was rather weak today from this good inflation data, especially in the stock market. Rather weak. And, monthly momentum is down. We still got the bearish divergence on the monthly time frame, which does give us, goosing the odds in the favor of the bears at the moment. And yeah, one last thing I will point out is this opportunity right here is, again, as we made that lower high, lower low, taking out this low on the 15-minute time frame. And let's see if that's below the value area low for the day. So Asia starts here. We're looking at the day. We took out the low. Let's go back a couple days. Yeah, so here's my point. There is a potential trend reversal if this confirms as a lower high somewhere in the golden pocket in this range between 82,861 and 83,371. That's where I'd be looking for the next fake out and potentially lower with, the next proverbial target around 79,500. And then it's pretty much an easy trade to the downside, just following the lower highs and lower lows. And that's what I am currently hoping for. As I'm sure everybody got so bullish off of this news today that inflation came in lower than expected. Everybody went long. I heard some rumor, Bitcoin, we're gonna buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Or no, the United States is gonna buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin. I haven't verified that yet, but Michael Saylor sure did another nice presentation, a keynote speaking on Bitcoin. And wow, it did come right into the middle of the golden pocket, which is the sniper entry area for Bitcoin, right up against the value area high. And yeah, stair step it down now. Stair step it down. All right. Have yourself a blessed and highly favored day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.